We are now on top of the hill of ancient Hebron, and over here is the tomb of Yishai, the father of King David, and of Ruth, David HaMelech's great-grandmother. According to our tradition, this is where they're buried.
To stand at the place of the Kvarim of Ruth and Yishai is an incredible idea of connecting to the lineage, the yichus of David HaMelech. Ruth in Malachim, Perek Aleph, Pasuk Beis. The Pasuk says, Vayasem kisei le'em HaMelech. He placed a throne, a chair, for the mother of the king. Rashi says, V'amar Rebbe Lazar, le'ima shel malchus, the mother of royalty. What does it mean, a kisei le'em HaMelech, a chair for the mother of the king? It means the mother of royalty. And who was the mother of royalty? Ruth ha-Moaviyah nikra em shel malchus. Ruth, the Moabite, the converted to Judaism through her clinging to Naomi. She was the mother of Malchus. She was the great-grandmother of David HaMelech. The Gemara in Sanhedrin, Kuf Hey Amud Beis 105b, says Ruth was Bitoy Shel Eglon Melech Moav. She began her journey in life as the daughter of Eglon, the king of Moav. She was a Moabite. She was a Moabite princess. She was the daughter of the king Eglon. And she descends from Eglon, and she descends from Lot and his daughter, the Bechira. They call their son Moav, Me'av. What a lowly beginning. What is Moav, Me'av? How brash it is to call a son Me'av, Moav, from my father. She called her child Moav. What a lowly beginning. And to come from the lineage of Moav is a very lowly yichus, a very lowly lineage. How did Ruth, why was she able to transform herself from that low lineage into being the mother of Malchus, the Eim Shel Malchus? And the Mefarshim tell us the following. Chazra mistei Ephron. It says that Ruth and Naomi chazra, they chazru, they return from Stei Moav. And where do they go to? They return from Stei Moav to Tachel Tapuchin. They return from the Stei Moav to the Sadeh Shel Tapuchin. And in Askinu Sudasa, the preliminary prayer that we say before we say the benching of Shalosh Hudas, of the third Shabbos meal, Askinu Sudasa, we say that there is a Sadeh Tapuchin, Tachel Tapuchin, a Sadeh of a field of apples. She came from the Stei Moav and she transformed it into a Sadeh Tapuchin, a Sadeh of apples, the Sadeh of Amunah. And it says that the Jewish mothers went into the fields and gave birth to children in Egypt, in Kitapuchin, in the orchards of apples. They had Amunah. It was the Amunah of Ruth, the Tachel Tapuchin, the Sadeh of Tapuchin means the Sadeh of Amunah, that she maintained by clinging to her mother-in-law Naomi and joining Tachas Kanfei Ashvina. That's Emunah, that's faith, that's faithfulness. That is the transformation of her yichus from the daughter of Eglon to become a daughter of Hashem, and therefore Abbas Hashem. How did she arise from such a lowly yichus? What is the meaning of this idea that a person should arise from lowliness, like Afar Kumi, from Afar to Yasis Alayich Elokaich, from dust and ashes, from soil, from being a daughter of Moav to being a mother of the Mashiach? What does this mean? The Mefarshim tell us, Kavod Shamayim Ne'etzar Mitoch HaHe'ader. The honor of God arises from nothingness. It arises from emptiness. That is the meaning of Mashiach. Mashiach means from nothingness, exactly from a low yichus comes up the Mashiach. That is the gadlus of Mashiach. We can all relate to him because we all have had challenges in life. We all have challenges in our life. And yet the greatest challenge of coming from Moav, coming from an incestuous relationship of Lot and his daughter, that's what Moav is. And she was a princess of Moav. Such a lowly beginning, and she became Tachas Kanfei Ashkina. She gained Emunah. That's the idea of Mashiach. Mashiach comes from a deep, dark place, and from there arises Kvod Shamayim. That is the inyan of Mashiach. And therefore, the Yalkut Shimoni tells us in Breshis, Parakei Mem Aleph, on the pasuk Zeh Sefer Toldos an Adam. These are the generations. This is the book of the generations of Adam. And the Yalkut Shimoni tells us that Adam Arishon was shown all future generations. And he was shown a young baby named David HaMelech, who was going to live only for 3 hours. And Adam Arishon Adam turned to Hashem and said, is there gift giving in Shemaim? Are we allowed to give gifts? Hashem said, yes, there's gift giving here. I gift to this baby, to David, 70 years of my life. I'm supposed to live 1,000 years. I accept upon myself to live only in 930 years, and I give 70 years as a gift to David. Why did Adam Arishon give that gift of 70 years to David? Says the Gra, the Vilna Gaon, in Sefer Yetzirah, Hagdama Daled. He says the word Adam stands for Aleph, Daled, Mem. Aleph stands for Adam, Daled stands for David, and Mem stands for Mashiach. Adam wanted to bring Mashiach. He would have been Mashiach had he not made his mistake on Erev Shabbos by eating from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. He himself would have been the Mashiach. Rather, since he made his mistake, he decided he's going to give 70 years of his life to David so he can bring the Mashiach. He was going to mesakein, fix the mistake that Adam made. And therefore Adam, Aleph, Daled, Mem, Adam stands for Adam, David, Mashiach. He within himself said, if I can't bring Mashiach, if I can't be Mashiach, then I'm going to give 70 years to David, who's going to be the father of Mashiach. He's going to be the Melech of Beis David. And therefore that's what it means. Me'ashpois mikimi me'afar dal. David Melech said, I arise me'afar dal, from poverty of dust. Me'ashpos yarim avyon, from the garbage heap, from the dung heap. Yarim avyon, a poor person can be elevated. That's the inyan of Mashiach. To come from nothingness, to come from he'ader, to come from darkness, and to bring light to the world. That's the inyan of Mashiach. And that's why Mashiach has to come from such a lowly place, from an incestuous relationship between Lot and his daughter. From there, from the he'ader, from the nothingness, from the darkness, from the lowliness of that situation. From there comes Mashiach. There sprouts the Mashiach. Since it says in the Torah, Moavi velo Moavis, since it says that a Moabite cannot join the Jewish people, but a Moabite woman can, Moavi cannot, but a Moavis can. Ruth was a Moavis, a female Moabite. She was allowed to join the Jewish people, but a male Moabite could not. And since the same idea, the Moabite women extracted from the negativity of the Moabite men goodness. They were achzari. They willingly refused to give water to the Jewish troops as they wanted to cross through Moav to come to conquer the land of Israel. Before the conquering of the land of Israel with Joshua, with Yoshua, and because of their achzarius, their negative midos, their negative character traits, their meanness, their evil behavior, the Moabite women extracted themselves. They said, Kvuda bas melech pnima, we're going to stay at home. We're going to stay in our tents, take care of our families and our children. We're not going to be involved in ourselves in this denial, this reneging on this our responsibility to help other people. Our cousins, the cousins of Avram Avinu. And therefore, they extracted from negativity and they brought goodness out of darkness. They brought light out of darkness. And that is the inyan of Mashiach. Lahafoch stei Moav, to transform the field of Moav into a field, asada asher beruchu Hashem, that the field that was blessed by Hashem. That's hakel tapuchin. That is a field of apples, and that's what we say in Askinu Sudasa. The Gemara in Brachos tells us Rus was called Rus. Why? Ki riva leDavid b'shira. Her name is Rus because she riva. She overflowed with song, the song of Emunah that she instilled in her son, in her great grandson, David HaMelech. He shrisha b'David koachzu. She riva. She poured into. She imbued her great grandson, David HaMelech, with the Rus, with the riva, with the overflowing of Emunah. And what is that Emunah? To extract the good from the bad. That was the life of David HaMelech. He was challenged by Saul, challenged by Avshalom, his son, challenged by the Plishtim, challenged by Goliath, challenged all his life. And yet, he was able to extract faith out of the challenge. Goodness came out of the negativity. And that was, the purpose for that was because he was the Uloi Shel Teshuva. He was the one who was able to admit he made a mistake. He made a mistake with Bathsheba. He took her too early. It wasn't that he committed adultery with her, chas v'shalom, says the Gemara, but rather he took her too early and it looked as if he committed adultery with her. It was not so. And that is for another time that we can share that idea that David HaMelech did never, chas v'shalom, commit adultery with Bathsheba. It's rather he took her too early after the divorce that she had divorced from Uriah Hitti. Nevertheless, he admitted his mistake. From his mistake came tshuva. He was the ulo, he was the pillar of tshuva. And that was the idea that Adam Rishon wanted, that even though he made a mistake, that David HaMelech will repair the mistake that Adam made. It says, finally, in Ruth, chapter 3, verse 3, it says, Naomi told Ruth, her daughter-in-law, the following. After they returned from the state Moav, from the field of Moav, she told her to go down to the threshing floor of Boaz in the middle of the night. And she said to her, Naomi said to Ruth, Verachatzt, Visacht, Visamt simlochzayich alayich, Viaradet legoren. Wash yourself, anoint yourself with oil, place upon yourself a beautiful dress, and go down to the Goren. Says the Gemara in Shabbos, Kuf Yud Gimel, page 113, says, Amar Rabbi Elazar, Elu begadim shel Shabbos. The requirement by her mother-in-law, Naomi, to put on rachatzt, sacht, v'samt simlosayich, said, go put on big day Shabbos. Go put on Shabbos clothes. Go on, put on your most beautiful clothes to go and meet Boaz. Why? Why, says the Gemara? Because she went to Boaz the big day Shabbos. She went to Boaz with the clothes of Shabbos, lahavi menucha leolam, to bring menucha of Shabbos to the world. Menucha means rest, means spirituality, means perfection, means purpose, means meaning, means destiny. She brought menucha to the world. She brought menucha of Shabbos to the world. Shabbos means purpose. I work 6 days and I work toward a purpose. That's what Shabbos means. I live in purpose. Every 7 days I live in a sense of purpose. I've achieved my purpose. She put on big day Shabbos, clothes of Shabbos, to go down to marry, to get engaged to Boaz, because she married him the next day. Because le'olam al yedei leidas David HaMelech, the menucha comes to the world through the birth of David HaMelech. The real menucha. Menucha means perfection. Menucha means destiny. Menucha means the rest of the world, the resting place of the world. That it achieves its purpose, its destiny, is through the David HaMelech fixing the mistake of Adam. And that's Adam, David, Mashiach. Mashiach will come because David HaMelech was able to be the Ulo Shel Tshuva. He repaired his mistake. He admitted his mistake, both by the census when he counted the Jewish people and by taking Bathsheba too early. He admitted his mistake. He fixed the mistake of Adam, and that's why he is going to be the harbinger. He's going to be the great-grandfather of Mashiach. And therefore, that's why in Lechadodi we say, Kimsos Hasan al-Kala. Because when we sing those words, Yamin Usmol, Yasis Alayach Elokayach Kimsos Hasan al-Kala, that the Hasan and Kala of Boaz and Ruth was the Hasan Kala representing the Hasan Kala of Hashem and the Jewish people. And that is the idea of Ruth, who was able to transform negativity into positivity through her Amunah, and she transformed the stay Moav into stay Tapuchin, a field of apples. Our job is to learn to draw upon the legacy of Ruth, the legacy of David HaMelech. To do tshuva means to repair ourselves, to reform ourselves, to reconnect ourselves with the truth, and by doing so, have Amunah in Hashem that He will bring the Mashiach ben David b'mheira b'yameinu.